Welcome. Fucker. Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. A little bit of collab, hopeful goodness from two Jersey breweries. Both have actually just been kind of introduced to. One's been around a little bit longer, one's pretty brand new. Little Oakflower and Alternate Ending. Yeah, this be their Slick Shoes 7.5% single hop IPA. Yeah. Alternate Ending, I've had quite a few of their beers. I was actually sent a care package from them and dug them quite a bit. They have very much a movie theme thing going on when it comes to their beers because they're actually in an old theater, do a lot of movie nights, stuff like that. Oakflower Brewing, they've been around, I want to say like maybe 8 months, 10 months. I don't think it's been a year already. Pretty sure it hasn't been a year already. But I really dig what they do. A lot of like mixed culture stuff, a lot of low ABV stuff. Got a little bit of haze, what I assume is a hazy in our hands. I actually don't know. It's a 7.5% single hop IPA. So let's see what we got. It's called Slick Shoes. Don't know what that means. And that's it. That's all we get. Yeah. Brewery information, government warning stuff. It was canned 16 days ago. I actually picked this up semi-locally, which is pretty damn cool because I don't see a lot of their stuff locally. A little pricey because it was like, I want to say it was like $16.99, but it was a 4-pack of 12-ounce cans, but I didn't have to drive out there, so that was quite nice. So, yeah. It's kind of weird for someone to do a single hop IPA, but not call the hop out on it. That I find to be weird. You know? You figured it'd be on here. Maybe I'm missing it, but I'm not. So there you go. Anyway, maybe we'll try to guess the hop. So, anyway, let's see what's what. Awesome day today. Hanging out with the kiddo, doing all kinds of fun little kiddo-y things. My kid's so cool, man. I can't even take it. How cool my goddamn kid is. Jesus Christ. He's just so smart and everything. Anyway, it's not massive kid reviews. That would be creepy. Anyway, so label-wise, it's alright. It's what Oakflower does. It's kind of their label design. That's what they do. I'm not going to sit here and say I hate it, but at the same time, it's not, like, changing anything as far as craziness. A little homey kind of, artisanal kind of crafty kind of vibe to it, so that I kind of dig on. And that definitely looks the part of a hazy IPA. It has a little bit of skosh. I wouldn't say darkness to it, but it's not super ultra turbid like those kids like nowadays. You can actually glean some light through this sucker. So it's not like a super turbid monstrosity of hoppy proportions. It's more of just this nice bright kind of old school, new school haze, a la kind of heady stuff like that. And it has this beautiful white, as white could be, head on it. So yeah, let's see if we can get a nose. Not a huge nose on there. Very much citrus leaning, very much kind of tropical fruit melon leaning, with that citrus kind of being a combination of like a grapefruit pineapple-y thing. It comes off like slightly underripe, and actually comes off very much like a low ABV hazy for me, like a 5%. At least that's the way the nose comes off. So there is a gobs and gobs of fruit in here, but in a way that it kind of shows in a lower ABV kind of hazy, and in a negative way, just not just jumping out at you. And everything here comes like undersweetened. I don't want to say underripened because it has this ripeness to it. So it's like not, the perception of sweetness that you're gonna get off the beer isn't as big as you'd expect for a 7.5% beer. But again, that combination of that citrus with that nice kind of melony tropical fruit, that smells quite nice. Let's dive in. Cheers, y'all. No. Eschew the whole, it doesn't drink like 7.5% at the nose, because it definitely drinks like a proper double IPA. Big, bold, rich, actually has a really nice creamy mouthfeel to it. I'm not going to call it this ultra silky, fluffy creaminess, but very, very nice. There's a bitterness here. I think it's just a balancing act with the bitterness. I don't think it's meaningful, like we want to have a ton of bitterness in our beers, but I think it wants to be something outside of it. Just a straight up kind of, just base kind of hazy, New England style hazy. That citrus, pineapple, grapefruit with that tropical fruit melon thing. Definitely just leans a little bit more tropical fruit in the actual taste. I'm trying to think of a hop on this one. I mean, it's so just on the nose just to say Citra, but I don't think it's that, because of the way this bittering comes off. Not that you can't do Citra and bittering, you can do it in so many different ways. I just reviewed a beer from Other Half. It was a West Coast IPA with just Citra in it. I'll look it up live in the air and see what the actual hop is. Live on the air, like this is live, but well, I'm sitting here. Actually, this is really tasty. For double IPA, with this kind of level of impact, especially coming off a nose that wasn't too robust, it's really following through in the taste, and just this has this really nice sweetness to it. It has this like old school malt base malt derived kind of sweetness, in a way that, you know, a lot of new school breweries kind of lean heavily into brewer sugars and stuff like that, so their beers don't come off all that malty. But there was always this really cool kind of like malt expression that would accompany and prop up a nice hazy IPA. It's just more often than not people couldn't pull that trick off. It would just be a really malty, like kind of like English style maltiness, which I am a big fan of, but a New England haze, not the biggest. It would have that kind of thing going on for it, as opposed to this, which tastes just like an all malt derived kind of richness that isn't too just toasty malty, for the lack of a better descriptor, and then combines that really nice kind of hop expression on top of it. Man, I want to nail this single hop. The way the bitterness comes off, that tropical fruit bitterness, melon. Okay, I'm gonna say Mutueka, right? Whole melon hops. What, I forget. This is where, man, sometimes it's hard to recall this stuff in the last second. So one of the New Zealand style hops that are very, very much kind of tropical leaning with a big melon component is very much related to whole melon hops used in a lot of like Kolsch and Pilsner and stuff like that that bring off this big melon. I'm going to go with Mutueka. I think that's the one I'm thinking about. It's not Zaz, obviously. It's not whole melon. I'm going to go with Mutueka, just for the sake of it, because it has this kind of little ranky thing that a lot of these New Zealand hops kind of originally were bred with, that isn't super crazy on top on here, but it's definitely there. So I think it's just coming through because it's a single hop. So let's go with Mutueka hop. That's what I'm guessing here. Really cool melon characteristics. That citrus with that pineapple leaning grapefruit kind of combination back and forth. And just the way the sweetness comes off, that is, I'm assuming, is really just a genuine kind of big, rich, nice kind of malt base that comes off lighter and softer than more of those kind of hard candy kind of hops. Let's see what's what. Let's go to Oakflower's website and see if we can find Oakflower in alternate. Slick shoes. Let's see. Untapped will probably have it in the description, I would assume. Okay. It says, well, no, I'm not going to get anything. It says they're heirloom hop IPA base. So they don't want to tell us what's in there. Oh, you sneaky sons of bees. Heirloom. Heirloom. Oh, heirloom. That bothers me. Oh, it's Simcoe, they say. Okay, never mind. It says, we took our heirloom single hop IPA base. Okay, that's their they're saying their base single IPA. I get you. Okay, I'll walk back all the shit I said. Hop base, spice it up a bit, throw in some alternate ending tweaks, and came up with a Slick Shoes or Goonies inspired, all Simcoe single hop. So Simcoe. I guess that's where that ranky dank thing that I was thinking about was coming from. That's tasty. That's very tasty. Now I get the reference, Slick Shoes. I thought this was like some kind of filigree stuff, because you see there's a little bit of like a fern and what, and I thought that was more like filigree. That's the actual oil coming off the character. I forget his name, the little inventor kid from the Goonies. That's what that's from. So it all makes sense now. But yeah, regardless of me not nailing what hop it is, I think it's really tasty. honestly. And it's really expressive, and that nose kind of like wokey doke one-twos you, because you expect not a huge robust beer off of that. You know, it just has this nice kind of tropical fruit melon characteristic with this really nice kind of pineapple grapefruit kind of combination. But and then just comes heavy in the taste in a very, very tasty way, and drinks all its 7.5%. Let's put it that way. Very tasty stuff. Is it one of the better double IPAs I've had of late? Yes. Is it Mount Rushmore status? It's worthy. Man, it's worthy. Mount Rushmore's four heads. As of late, when I say that, I talk of recent memory. 3, 4, 5 months maybe. Somewhere around there. Probably a little less than it, probably more like three months. Is this one of the best 4 double IPAs that I've had in the past 3 months? It's worthy. It's worthy. I should just put it on there. I'm only saying because it's unfair just to be like yes to everything, and then you kind of eschew that kind of the weight of what that carries. I'm a doo-doo toss on YouTube. It carries 0 weight, but I act like it does. So it's like it's probably right on the outside looking in, but it's worthy of being up there. Let's put it that way. I think it's very, very tasty. Let's put it this way: if the nose was as delicious as the taste and just gave me this really kind of precursor. Even though I find that kind of, Okie Doke 1-2 kind of cool, if it just had this bomb-ass nose on it and followed through in the taste, it would be. It's just, that little part just leaves you a little bit wanting, but it's very, very small nitpick. It's worthy picking up, let's put it that way. Value and availability. A little pricey, like I said, $16, 4-pack, but boutique, small brewery, collaboration, single hop, robust beer, double IPA, of breweries trying to do good. I'm not going to poop on it, price-wise. I bought it. I'm glad I bought it. Just not something I can really just buy all the time. Let's put it that way. And leave you with, I feel like, you like this. If you're like, if you're not afraid of that old-school ranky-dank, it's not here in spades, but it's definitely here in a nice showing of that. And if you like just... not to just keep banging that drum, breweries trying to do good, New Jersey brethren trying to make good beer. Oh, let me rephrase that. Making good beer and trying to get their name out there, trying to get people to dig what they're doing. And if you dig on hazies and you're not afraid of a little bit of bitterness and you like that old school, new school bitter again, Fiddleheads, the Alchemists, the Sips of the world, the Lawsons, all that stuff, I think you really dig this. I really do. So there you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you enjoyed. Oakflower alternate ending. Have you been to the breweries? I still haven't been to alternate ending. I need to go there. I've been to Oakflower a couple times. What are your thoughts? I haven't been to alternate ending. Like I said, a lot of their stuff is movie themed, hence the name of this beer. Oakflower, beautiful little spot, very, very tiny tap room, but that's really, really fun beers. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised to see them doing distribution, at least locally. It's a place that's kind of like known for getting like New Jersey breweries and stuff like that in, so I'm not ultra surprised that they had it. So yeah, give me your thoughts. Have you had this beer? What's your favorite beer from either brewery? And have you had this exact beer? And have you had similar thoughts or different than me? All that stuff down there. So hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of hazy goodness right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.